My work life before Jigimfundo was not that complete, I would say so. Reason being that there were gaps that one realized and could not at that particular time be able to close, especially in the field of monitoring and support. As our work is based normally on providing support and monitoring to the schools. This will focus on supporting the departmental heads and also teachers in order to be able to do their work in a way that is prescribed by our policies, especially the ATPs. There was that gap. We did provide support, but as far as having something tangible that we could say that this is how we've supported, this is the impact, that was lacking before we implemented Jigimfundo. With the Jigimfundo, then those gaps which I say that they were existing, we were able to fill those gaps, and we're able to provide what we were gunning for at that particular time. Oh, what a journey! At the beginning, I must say that the beginning was very important, in a sense that it triggered a lot of interest, and the onboarding session to me was a great platform to present an opportunity for us as the district subject advisors and us as the management to own the program, because it gave us the opportunity to raise our own input and our own ideas on what is our what we envisage by the programs such as Jigimfundo. And we really appreciate that, but because that's what makes us to feel that let us push and work hard in order to be able to achieve the target that we have set ourselves. Because it was no more a Jigimfundo PILO target, it was our target. But I must quickly indicate that we were also happy that it presented this opportunity to say this is the way that we can use to close the gaps as far as monitoring and support, especially departmental heads, so that we empower them and be able to monitor at the level of the school and be able to provide support, because the bigger thing is to be able to provide support, and then you monitor so that you see the impact within the four walls of the classroom. Maybe I'll say what happened after such good experiences and interacting with PILO colleagues was the change in leadership and management on my side. But I believe that it was not on my side only, but even at the school level, because whatever we do within the district must have its footprint within the school level. But let me say the district part, the management part, the way you provide support to your colleagues, the way you monitor the work of the colleagues, it gave me that opportunity to be in a proper way to say this is our operational plan, this is what we want to achieve, and this is how we are going to monitor this, and this is how we are going to report. But I must indicate that there was this very important session that we attended, which introduced me to the gift of the feedback. And it struck my mind at that particular time, which then we introduced within our section, which is TLS GET. And that's opened doors for my colleagues to be able to give responses to me as a person who's leading them, and also me having to respond to them in a positive way that changes the way we operate, that changes the way we look at things, and that also further changes the way we support our schools and our teachers at the level of the school. So what really happened was that we are able to be open in terms of feedbacks, positive feedbacks, or even those feedbacks that create that opportunity to learn from your own things, that I must change this so that we are able to achieve this. Thank you so much. Yeah. Uh, uh, there's a lot of learnings, experiences, and skills that one acquired from the program itself. One, I must indicate that the tools that were introduced, the instrument, which were part and parcel of the leadership and management of curriculum delivery at all levels, starting from the district levels. As I said, that we had that gift of feedback, but these tools, we were able to use them effectively in order to capacitate even the departmental heads, not departmental heads only, as we know that principals, they are very important as far as curriculum delivery is concerned, as they are instructional leaders. So from that point, we're able to say that SMTs, we introduce the tools, the trackers, the lesson plans, which were used by teachers at the level of the classroom. But we, the important part here is that these were not taken from the level of the district directly to the teachers, but they were taken from the district and they were shared with principals in the and the departmental heads in the workshops and just in time workshop. These workshops assisted a lot because these were workshops that were sort of uh, prior to the actual teaching in the classroom. So it gave departmental heads a lot of knowledge and also confidence in going back to their teachers. And it also gave teachers the opportunity, which I can say, to rehearse and also understand better the content. But furthermore, understand better the monitoring of their work, because it's very important that you, as the person who's going to implementing, firstly to be able to monitor your steps, your coverage, but furthermore, the departmental heads, they were able to monitor and provide support to the teachers and even the principal as the instructional leader within the school was able to do that work with ease after understanding these tools which I've highlighted before. Well, there's a lot of differences that one can say noticed after we've gone through different workshops, gone through leadership management workshops, capacity workshops. Maybe let me start within the district. Within the district, I believe that we're able to identify things that were causing us to work in silos. Yeah, as a result, we're able to develop our district charter. And one of the things that we agreed that we are going to work on was to try to integrate our planning, to have an integrated planning so that we break these silos and then we work as a team. That's the first thing. And we notice that because previously we'll notice that we'll have different workshops targeting one and the same person. But with this integrated planning, we'll be able to plan and work together, sometimes go there as a team, so that we avoid taking teachers now that gain from the classroom, but furthermore avoid wasteful expenditure on the side of the state. But when it goes now to the school, there's a lot of differences that one, principals understanding that they are part and parcel of curriculum leaders. Because before the principal will take them as only management, policies, books, finance, and other stuff. But the concept instructional leader was introduced at that particular time. And the understanding of that concept and understanding what actually means and understanding what you're supposed to discharge in order to meet that definition of that concept. Furthermore, the monitoring within the school level, in many cases, you'll notice even some literature will talk about the, 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 the the understanding that is not there as far as departmental heads in terms of knowing that they are first subject advisors within the school, within the site. So that we notice the change in terms of sub departmental heads doing their work in a way that they knew then, and even today, they know that they are first people within the site to provide support. Before they even go and say, a subject advisor from the district, you must come and provide support. But they know now. And a lot of differences in terms of the administration, the curriculum coverage, monitoring, and even the assessment monitoring within the school, and being able to provide tangible evidence that this thing has happened, and also the results. The results, because we must have the results that we have gone for. The results, it's when you see the performance of learners changing and changing against the standard that is there at that particular time, you see. So they are meeting the standard that has been set rather than lowering the standards and then learners perform good. But now the standard is high and even the performance is what is now reaching the standard. So that's what's the impact that we have noticed and which we're still noticing even today. Well, I believe that one has learnt a lot from uh, Chigimfundo uh, in such a way that one of the things that one can highlight as the thing that impacted positively to the way I discharge my everyday work was the knowledge that one gained as curriculum uh, management and curriculum delivery concern. Because I believe that although one did uh, monitor and support the delivery of curriculum even before we started with Chigimfundo, but as I indicated earlier on, the gaps were there. So it strengthened me as far as understanding how to provide support, but also on how to interpret the prescripts and how to close the gaps between the practice and the prescripts, because those are other things that you'll find that there will be a policy and then there'll be a practice, but there'll be a gap. So in order to bring this thing closer to each other, I would say that's what really gained out of this, because now the delivers something from the prescript, one was able to practice those and provide support to the schools. So I'll categorize that as the knowledge that one gained out of being part and parcel of Chikimfundo. Of course, not saying that's the only thing, but that was the highlight that I can say that being part of this, it changed the behavior of some sort, the way I look things, the way I understand the prescript, especially that those prescripts that are curriculum related, on how to take this prescript now and put it into practice, such a way that it will definitely have the impact at the level of what at all levels, from the district even towards the what to the school level. So that's what I would say, that knowledge, which then knowledge that allowed me to be able to be a good interpreter of the prescript and good implementer of those prescripts that are curriculum related.